Hi, I'm Sarah Law. I'm going to have a quick look through some of the photos which have sort of been important to me through my rugby journey. The first photo is it's a picture from my first ever rugby tournament. So I was P4, I think, must have been about 2000, playing for Pennycook at a tournament in Peebles, and I remember it being my first tournament. There was 3 teams there. We lost all of our games and came third, but got a bronze medal because we'd come third, so I've kept my bronze medal the whole time. So obviously I don't remember much of the rugby that day, but I remember how happy I was that we were getting to play and how surprised I was that we'd got a medal at the end of it all. Like we'd lost all of our games, but so pleased to come home and be able to show my parents and my sister what I'd got from that first rugby experience, and obviously loved it enough to keep coming back every week. My next photo is once I'd finished primary school, then moved on to Murrayfield Wanderers, and played a couple of games as under 18 to begin with, and then they split into an under 15 and an under 18, and my first under 15 tournament was at Royal High School, and played in the team, and there was a team photo at the end of it, which I really love because I think it just shows that rugby's a game for all. I was clearly the smallest 11-year-old in the whole team, but just loved it, and some of the girls in my team and in the opposition were much bigger, but there was a place for all of us in the team, and I wasn't necessarily making all of the tackles, but there was somewhere for me to play and be part of that team. That next one is a photo in Red Square in Moscow in 2012. So I'd just finished school, and it was the first time Scottish Rugby had a women's sevens team, and we'd initially played a couple of warm-up tournaments in London, Amsterdam, and then there was like a World Cup qualifier tournament, so we played the first leg in Brive in Belgium, and I was selected initially to go and play in that tournament, and the week before I tore my calf and couldn't go, and was absolutely gutted, but the girls went out there and they came second in that tournament, which meant they qualified for the next stage, which was in Russia 3 weeks later. So I did all my rehab, and 3 weeks later was ready to go and was picked to go out to Moscow. So I finished school on the Wednesday, flew out to Moscow on the Thursday, and the weekend was playing in this massive world event, which was incredible, and a great to be part of. My last photo is my first 15s cap in 2013. So we're playing England away in Esher in London, and I was on the bench to begin with. In about 65 minutes I came on, and I was really nervous, ready to go on, and Louise Dalgleish was the other scrum half, so she'd had at that point 60-70 caps. I'd been playing for Scotland for years, and I'd been training alongside her and trying to learn as much as possible, and she was coming off and I was going on, and before I went on she pulled me in and spoke to me and said, just go out and enjoy it. And I think, as a young 18-year-old, when you're stressed about all the decisions that you're about to have to make, especially playing 9 or 10, like that was just exactly what I needed in that moment. And I think she really understood, as a senior player, what young players coming through needed, and in that moment I just needed to go out and enjoy it. And I think that's something that I try to do every time I play for Scotland now. Just remember you've got big decisions to make and you're responsible for a lot of the game, but make sure you enjoy it.